Just back at it today is more of a ramp-up day. We continued with a lot of 2-minute situation work, and then got to a handful of different periods. But I thought today's practice went pretty well. Any questions?
When you start thinking about San Francisco and the joint practice with these guys, obviously sort of playing well.
We'll meet. We travel Wednesday night. We'll probably meet tomorrow night to discuss the roles. I'll speak with Kyle between now and then. We've already got the format of the practice laid out. We've already got the itinerary laid out until next Tuesday. So, with regards to the game or practice?
Well, both. Because what you do in practice will.
Yeah, not so much. There's this feeling that, if I practice them a bunch, then I'm not going to play them in the game. We're playing guys in the game.
How much has it changed just with the 3 games versus 4? Now you've had it for
Say it again?
3 preseason games versus 4. How much does that change your look?
I think you just get used to it. We're not far away from 2, and I think you just get used to it. It seems like it's been a minute. We got some good work done Saturday trying to simulate a scrimmage setting. If you find the right team, you have a joint practice with them. This will be our first joint practice for us on the road as opposed to hosting. Arizona will be here. We'll have a day with them. So, it'll be good to see a different team.
Coach, we saw Nick Benito make a play on the ball in practice. We saw that a couple of times last year in games too. Is that football instincts, or what gives him that?
Yeah, well, understand this. There are times where those outside backers drop. But so when they drop, they're in coverage, and then his length. I do think he has good instincts. Yeah, and so he can get his arms up, tip a ball, and I think it comes. Sometimes that comes a little bit easier to others than it does for some.
Sean, we've got, we have Jaquan McMillan on the podium today. How's Jaquan been looking in camp, and how's the competition going between him and
He's doing well. Yeah, Jaquan. He's doing well. Well, you got him on the podium. He's doing well.
Sean, now that you have a lot of team reps, kind of need to watch low and film and that sort of thing, how are you seeing kind of the confidence that you mentioned with him?
Yeah, it's ongoing. I mean, he's much further along. What it allows him to do is message more to other players in the huddle. You're when you first get started, you get the play and you're calling it, and when you're further along, you're able to talk maybe about a split real quick. If you look at it, you got like these 12 seconds. You get the play, the cadence, the snap count, and then, can you remind the back, hey, you might be the little reminders. He's he's light years further along. He's doing well.
How would picks today? Did you just?
Yeah. Look, we're charting picks here like hurricanes. So he's doing fine.
With 3 preseason games, how hard is it to evaluate? A little bit more so looks at the younger guys just because you used.
Well, that's a good question. I think we try to pick up some of these joint practices to supplement what we had before. To try to get those reps. And like I said, it won't be long before it's 2. And so then it falls on us we have to evaluate them. And I think, again, it gets back to practicing with other teams.
What have you made of Sam Ehlinger so far? I'm not sure if that's since he's really been out.
Really positive. He made a throw today. He's extremely athletic. He's comfortable throwing on the run. There's a little moxie to him. Sometimes it can be a little big for guys, but with him, not at all. Like, you feel like a guy that has played well before and his confidence and, carries himself that way. He's very good off the pocket, very good off schedule. He's strong. I like the player a lot.
You mentioned trying to quarterback development and quarterbacks as a currency.
Sure.
What did you like about him? Same things.
Well, there's winning traits. There's football IQ. You're still evaluating the keys. Arm strength, location. I like the foot athlete that he is, and his pedigree.
Kind of going off that. What have you looked at? How good and just resourceful as well?
He's been good. He's playing well too, and it's a good room.
You've got Jason Garrett out here at practice. What's your relationship like with him? What are your memories when you had him with the Giants?
Yeah, so I coached him, and he was our backup quarterback. He's always been a close friend. He's made a couple trips. I think he's doing some type of podcast special on leadership, and so he's here for the day. I'll spend some time with him. He's really bright, and he's been a close friend we're going to go back to 2001, 2000 is when we signed him. It's good to see him.
Sean, with someone like Jason, he's the son of a coach, but do you have players where you're like, oh, that guy's going to be a coach, or you knew from?
I think it's a great question. I periodically, like Chris Banjo, when I sat in that room trying to find, and I got to that roster, and I'm like, I didn't know when he was willing to start, but I think there are certain guys that you can see, and then try to encourage and try to inspire them maybe in a direction. There have been a number of those guys. Campbell, Glenn. There's a handful of coaches on this staff I feel the same way about.
Luke Wattenberg, how has your vision for him evolved since a couple of years ago when he was back in that position? It's
a lot different. Starter, asset starter. Smart. He played really well last year for us in his first year as a starter.
You said recently to Charles Robinson, there's been 6 times in my career I thought I had a team that could go win the Super Bowl, and this is the 7th. And I know it's early, but what are some of the maybe attributes or hallmarks that you're seeing out here?
Well, obviously, it has to start with quarterback. It has to start with defense. It has to start with offensive line. Like there's certain things that if they're not on point, it's hard to make a statement like that. But when you look at some of these critical factors, and look, I told them that, and that just means you have a chance, and then I would say most importantly, ownership, because there's 20 that each year have hope and dreams, and they're dysfunctional at the top.